The devil knew what instruments and tools he was going to use on the woman. Oh, he just got to give you a Victoria's Secrets and show you a bunch of beautiful costumes in there, and you be seeing yourself in them. You don't look like nobody in there.
We hear it.
You understand? But you be seeing yourself in them. You say, I know I'm going to be pleasant to the eye.
Right.
I know I'm going to be good to look at. I know I'm going to make him desire me.
Yes.
You want to know why the devil went after the woman? Because he had a plan.
I tell you, sorry, Nuki, Medicine of Dr. Ray. It's my title. It means he who reveals the truth with Ra, Ray, of ancient Kemet, also known as Egypt, where we recognize it as Kamaray. I'm sitting here with the Wu-Nuwaup-U goddesses, and today on this episode of Building with the Guys, I really want to touch on the females in the industry, both good and bad. So we want to get the build on that from these beautiful sisters right here.
Start off, we do know that the industry does have a major impact on a lot of our younger generation, especially when we're talking about the females and the younger girls. It also has an effect on the brothers and the young males too, but today since we're talking about the feminine and the women in the industry, we're just going to concentrate on that field. But it's a big impact in terms of a lot of the artists and what they portray in their music, and a lot of times the artists themselves and their personality, they aren't what they speak. However, they do it because it's a form of a way to pay their bills, but it's at the cost of our younger generation, because our young girls see this and they look up to it and they think that it's okay to act in the way that they hear, in the music, or they think that it's okay to act as these artists portray. So we have artists like Nicki Minaj or Lil Kim back, in the 90s. Young girls looked at that and took that as a way that was acceptable and that was okay. And we just want to basically, build on that in terms of how it's affecting our generation and our young girls.
Well, as far as the imagery, as far as how they look, that's been a big effect on females, because as far as the hair and everything, the makeup, the dress, everything, they adapt that as their own, which is not good because it's not their own, it's not their way. So when they do those things, they look like Caucasian females, which is not how we're supposed to look and what we're supposed to be doing. And when they do that, they basically change their DNA, everything about them. So they put the weave in their hair, they wear the fake nails, the makeup, and then what type of men does that attract? The same type of men who just strive off of sex and lust forces. So therefore, the girls do that because they think that's what it takes to get a man. If they see Beyonce on TV shaking it, they gonna shake it too, So that's a huge negative effect on our young girls. So they're not picking the correct mates, and they just are basically doing what the song tells them to do. Twerk, whatever. Just get attention from males any type of way you can, and that's not what's up at all.
Personally, I think everybody like Nicki Minaj, who else? Name a few, Beyonce. Rihanna. Yeah, they just whack. Like, they have no type of lyrical skills. It's like, man, when you listen to Lauryn Hill and N.D.R.E., who else? The Rock, you could tell the difference. Like, you know, they uplift women and, you know, teach them how to be as a woman. But the other females like Nicki Minaj and all that, they downgrade women. And they teach them to be sluts and whores. And just, you know, their music is all about sex. Because they say sex sells. And it also corrupts. And it's corrupting the generations. And my kids surely would not be listening to it.
And as far as the mental state, it really messes up the mental state of females. Like my sister said, as far as like N.D.R.E. and Lauryn Hill and Ciroc, females like that, they teach you upliftment, like in your mind. Like when you listening to it, it's an uplifting message. But as far as the other ones, like Rihanna and all of them, they just, it's all about degrading yourself. And the more people do it, the more you think it's nothing, the more the females think it's nothing wrong with it because everybody's doing it. But when you come around and you're doing something different, you're looked at as weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not right. Because when you listen to females like N.D.R.E., she's telling you like what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Inspiring you in all different type of ways. But as far as Beyonce and them, they want you to just try to be like them, emulate them, which they don't care because I'm sure their kids are not emulating them. Their kids are not doing the things that they do. So why would you know, be out there? But it's all about money.
Like, you know, Lauryn Hill or N.D.R.E., another thing that they put out to the young girls is that being yourself and being, you know, a Negroid woman or black woman is beautiful. You don't have to be ashamed of it. You don't have to put straight, you know, extensions in your hair to be accepted. You know, be you. You know, be that. You don't have to put a bunch of, you know, caked on makeup or show a lot of skin either. Just be the beautiful being that you are, that you were born to be, and accept that and love that. So that's what is really like encouraging with those artists, and I wish they got more exposure, you know, than a lot of these, you know, rappers and, you know, other women do, because it would mean so much to the younger generation to have that and to understand that.
And there are examples of what they do. Like when you see them, they look like what they're talking about. Like they're examples. And they also show young girls that being natural can be cute. You know what I'm saying? It can be beautiful. Wearing your own hair can be beautiful. You know, like we do. We show women that wearing your hair can be beautiful. Dressing a certain way can be beautiful. Being different can be beautiful. You know, it's not all about trying to be what you see on TV. That's not realistic. That's not real life. Period. And all these tattoos and all that stuff, they got money. You know what I'm saying? They have money. Y'all trying to look like them, but they have money. They don't have to go out to a job interview. You got tattoos on your neck and your face. How you gonna get a job? You know what I'm saying? So that's just not, they living in a TV land. They living in hip hop, what is that, love and hip hop land. You know, that's not what's up.
They know they are responsible. It's all a part of the spell. They working with the negative forces to keep black people under the spell, and they know what they're doing. I don't care if they saying they're not a teacher, they not this, they not that. They just don't care. Period. And it is also up to the parents to control that. You know what their kids listen to, but a lot of parents don't care. Or a lot of kids don't really have parents, you know, they drug addicts or, you know, they grew up just messed up. So these rappers, they know what they're doing, but they just don't care. They just letting money rule them.
Mm-hmm. It's all about the money. Because this is what I feel. A lot of those people that say they're not role models, they say they had role models. Michael Jackson, so how can you say I'm not a role model? And then you looking up to people that were before you saying they were your role models. So you know deep down in your heart that you are a role model. You just don't care. It's all about the money because, you know, a lot of different artists, you know, a lot of old school artists and all that, they know they were role models, but they wasn't corrupt in their minds. You know what I'm saying? As far as old school music, they would say certain things, they didn't say it so blatantly outright like they do nowadays. So they know their role models. It's all about the money. Once they smell the money, they don't care about being role models no more, because I'm sure their kids don't do the things, so they know their role models.
I think a lot of it does fall on the parents and what you allow as a parent your child to be exposed to. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that once you become a parent, you have full control of what your child eats, does, where they sleep, what they wear, everything. So with that, you have to really take into consideration what you allow your child to be exposed to on TV. TV is poison, just like our master teacher, Panababi Nun, has taught us. He taught us a lot about the media, and the effect that it has on the mind and you as a person. So with children, you have to be very delicate. You have to be very, very careful with what you expose your child to, because that matters. And the people in the industry, they do not care. The artists, they just trying to eat. That's all they trying to do is eat. So if it means poisoning your child and making them do whatever it is, they're gonna do that, because they good. Their family is good. Their children is good. It's about getting that money and at any cost. So
it's also a conspiracy too to keep black people at their lowest point. Like, they don't want us to get out the spell and break out the spell and come up. They want to keep us down. They do that through music, because music controls. People don't realize music controls a lot. Like, it is a big effect on people, us as a race. It has a big effect, and these female rappers, singers, whatever they are, like, they doing a good job of keeping them down. They know what they doing, for sure. They know.
Everything is tones, vibrations, and sound. Frequencies. All that has an effect on your being. That's another thing that our math teacher has taught. And once you get really deep rooted into the sciences, you understand how that happens and how they really root that in the control of the minds of the young people.
Right. Because it's just like Pamela said, once you are what you eat, what you listen to, everything. So that transforms you. A lot of people don't realize that, because the latest trend, you wearing the latest trend. Why? Because you've seen someone on TV, you heard it through the song. That's the only reason you wearing the latest trend, because you don't realize that you are doing exactly what the song says. That's why so much violence. All these guns, shoot 'em up, twerking, having sex, all these kids being born by all these different men. That's why, because y'all listening to these songs that's affecting you mentally. And you think it's okay because they playing on the radio, your friend doing it, everybody doing it, so, but it's not okay. It's not okay.
Alter egos, the alter egos that these stars be having. You have Beyonce with the Sasha Fierce, and Nicki Minaj with the Roman lady. People don't understand that having a quote-unquote alter ego is a form of a possession. That's another personality. And Beyonce, for example, she made it a point to say that she turns literally into that person because that's how she's able to perform.
Sasha was in full effect. Sasha is my alter ego. And when people see me, sometimes I think that when they meet me and they speak with me, they're expecting Sasha. And I'm really kind of shy, and not really shy, but more reserved, and so Sasha comes out. And she's fearless. She can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. I mean, I can try, but then it just doesn't happen. I can sing notes and sing strong and do all these things that when I'm just by myself, I can't do. And I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me.
When she wants to put in that diva attitude or put in that confidence, that particular person that Sasha fears gives her the confidence to be able to perform the way, so she turns into that person literally. And even with Nicki Minaj, we hear her, it don't even sound like her. It's literally not her. She sounds like some little Roman lady over wherever it is.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me, and he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage, so he bashes everyone. He threatens to beat people, and he's violent.
That must be nice to have like an ignorant loudmouth who you can just sort of blame every...
He wants to be blamed. I don't want to blame him. I ask him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason. People have brought him out. People conjured him up. Now he won't leave.
So it's like, be really careful with things like that, because those are spirits that you allow to possess you and take over, and it's not a joke, it's not cute, and it's just something to think about.
As far as the possession thing goes, that's just like alcohol. On the bottle it says spirits. So basically, you can take that alcohol, and once you drink it, it gets you up, it gets you hyped, it gets you doing stuff you would have never did if you were sober. Everybody been there before. So that's another form of possession. You know what I'm saying? So you get drunk and you lose all form of control. You have walkthroughs, you do stuff that you didn't even know you did. You wake up the next day like, oh my God, I didn't know I did that. That's a form of possession, and that's what all these stars and stuff, they allow these people to possess them. It's the allowing thing. You have to realize that you can allow stuff to possess you. You can allow your soul to be taken. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know higher knowledge and you're not trying to find none, you're going to give your soul away you didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? You're going to wake up the next day feeling like a totally different person. Like, damn, you ain't even know your soul was gone. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as that alter ego thing, you have to think about it. Why would somebody need an alter ego? Why would you feed so much into that? You know what I'm saying? And it's also a gimmick to make you think it's okay to do that. It's not okay to be possessed, especially if you're getting possessed and doing out of your nature things. If you're getting possessed and doing things that's out of your nature, that's not okay. That's horrible, because you're gonna do something that you didn't know you did, and then you're gonna be looking up like, oh my God, I didn't know I did that. Period. All the music videos and the different chants, I guess you could say, like Kanye West in that one song he had, he was saying, and if I went to whatever that was. Nobody really know. They came up with something he was saying, but nobody really know what he was saying. They be putting all type of rituals and chants and subliminal messages, for the wicked one inside and they have you singing it all day, and you just be singing it, don't really know what you're saying. You giving praise to their higher, powers or whatever, and it's not doing you no good, but killing your soul. That's all it's doing. And all these videos, they be doing all type of sacrifices and demonic, the demonic, like Rihanna. Is her alter ego Riri? Cause she loves saying Riri, yeah. And she is sex slave. So why would you even look up to somebody that's a sex slave? Like, she just getting threw around.
Every video she's showing something. Like, she done had legs open, you know what I'm saying? She's a young girl. She's just basically using her provocativeness at a young age, and later on, it's just like a stripper. You come to the club, you see a stripper for the first time, you all in, but after a couple times of going, you're gonna be like, oh, I seen her before. And that's the same thing with all these women. That's why they have to get more and more sexier. They take off more and more, just for you to even add on and take off. And that's horrible. Later on, when she get older, she gonna look back like, I can't believe I was doing all that stuff. Just like,
she ain't gonna care. She gonna be sitting back with that money. So no type of soul.
She had money, some money left.
Right. And that just made me think about my sister's point. was a Patadak, or a scroll that Bab wrote called Sex Force, Spirit Force, you know, where he really breaks down what that is and how people are controlled through the sex force and the spirit, you know, the sex spirit, you know, and that is pushed heavily. And the question should be, okay, why is sex pushed so heavily, especially to our younger generation? Because children are engaging in sexual activity at a very, very early age. And you got technology like cell phones and things like that that, you know, make it hard for parents to really, well, I ain't gonna say hard, but it makes it hard or harder or a little bit difficult for parents to keep an eye on what their children are doing, because they be young, yeah, and they be like 11 and they could be doing things on the cell phone in terms of sexual activity or be exposed to sex at a very early age. But that's pushed, and that's really heavily pushed in the media and with like the technology and stuff. So it's like I said, Baba really got heavy into it with that particular scroll, Sex Force, Spirit Force.
And we also need to think like, why? You know, people don't think, they don't consciously think, they just do as everybody else. You have to think, why is it being pushed so much just on Africans? Why? You have to ask why for everything. Just like Pana Bab said, ask why. Why is it being pushed? You know what I'm saying? Why is there so many churches in the hood? Why are there so many liquor stores? Why? You know, people just accustomed to that and they just like, well, that's how it's supposed to be. It's not, period. It's not how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is my daughter being told to twerk? You know what I'm saying? Why is my daughter being told to do this or pushed to do this, or period? That's downright vulgar. I done heard some stuff on the radio. I'm like, they actually saying that on the radio? That's horrible. Yeah. And you actually let your kids listen to that? That's not. Now think about what that's doing to their mental. Then you gonna wonder why your daughter in her room on YouTube shaking her butt. That's why, because you letting her listen to that and she's watching television. That's why. Well, as far as the music, if you change what you listening to, everything about you is gonna change, like period. If you ingest yourself, that's like with food. If you give yourself good food, you're gonna be healthy. So if you give yourself good music, then, you know, you're gonna start thinking, subconsciously thinking like, man, you period gonna be thinking about what the song is saying, you know what I'm saying, and how it's gonna affect you. But if you listen to stuff like that, it's not, you're gonna be that total opposite. As far as me, like, I started listening to like Lauryn Hill and a bunch of different African artists, Jamaican music, and that really, it transforms you. You start thinking about stuff differently. And then you get the courage, that also gives you the courage to go in public. It takes courage to go in public like this, amongst people that don't look like you. You have to have a certain level of confidence, period. Because people will look at you crazy. I got that before, like, I done cut my hair, all types of stuff. People look at you like, why you, they just look at you crazy. But you have to have that confidence, and that goes along with putting good stuff into your system, knowledge and everything. And if you know something, you know why you're doing it. And other people may not know, and that's why you gotta let them know why. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it for a good reason.
When I was younger, I had friends, and you know, I dressed in jeans and everything because I was going along with what I thought was okay. But this was in my teenage years. You know, I listened to certain, you know, music that I'm sure wasn't good for me. My parents had a really good hold on that, so a lot of the music that I did listen to, I snuck and listened to it. But being that as it may, it had an effect at that time. You know, as you age and you get older, you understand a little bit more on, at least I did, how the world works, what's in the world, what's poisonous, what's not poisonous. A lot of values that my parents and my grandparents instilled in me really stuck out as well. So it became a point where I really wanted to know my origins and where I came from, and my history in terms of my ancestors. And so I started to research, and the more I found, the more I wanted to know. And once I did that, you know, it stuck out to me that this is who I am. You know, every other culture on the face of the planet is proud of who they are. You know, so once I got a whiff of that, it's like, okay, my roots are in Africa, period. I have woolly hair, dark skin, you know, this is who I am. So I really wanted to emulate that and represent that to the best of my ability. And then, you know, later on, I came into the teachings of our spiritual guide, Panabagan Yanun, also known as Malachi, New York, and he opened my eyes to a lot scientifically, broke a lot down scientifically so that I could really understand who I am, my genetic makeup, where we come from, and beyond. So with that knowledge, I'm constantly learning every day. The more and more that I read, he constantly teaching me because it's never ending. Our doctrine is alive and it's constantly growing. So you never stop learning, you know, about who you are. You know what I mean? As an African, ancient Egyptian woman. So with that, it's, I don't know, I look at it as a really important thing to really try to reach out to young girls and try to express to them that it's okay to be proud of who you are. That on TV, straight hair, if you don't naturally have it, you know, be proud of that. Proud of who I am, sisters are proud of who they are, and it's a mission of ours to get out here and really push that with the younger generation because they really need to know this media is they working really hard and spending billions of dollars to get you to forget who you are and where you came and to be just engulfed in the poisons that they put out. So our mission is to fight against that and to teach the young girls that it's more than that and to just be happy and proud of who you are.
I think everybody has to learn on their own, you know, bump their head or whatever, go through the good or the bad to get to the good, to know that you want better. So I was out here at one point in time vibing to the even male rappers, you know, they on the same stuff as the female rappers. But yeah, like I was out here and I was really feeling it, you know, thinking I'm feeling something like, dang, that song, that's sweet, man. He was going on that song, but what you gotta realize is you can feel, you know, you can feel the frequencies through that song. You know, don't mean it's good, but you can still feel something. Like, have y'all ever listened to a song and then you feel like tingles in your body, like, dang, man, that was cold. Like, you know, I really didn't know what I was feeling when I was listening to it, but now that I know what I know, it's like, you know, that was no good. So once you let that go and you adapt to more positive music, you will feel the same thing, but you will feel better about yourself. You won't, of course, you're not going to be doing the things that you was doing when you was listening to this negative music. You know, you was smoking, drinking, going to the club, and you know, it made you feel away, it made you feel hype, you know, it made you feel like you was feeling good, but you really wasn't. You was on the path to corruption. So you need to let that go and find some, you know, music with a positive message that's telling you something good that you need to hear instead of, oh, go pop your butt, go smoke, go drink. That's not good, and that's common sense.
You're gonna start doing those things that's in the song subliminal. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, the smoking, yeah, I'm about to smoke. You're actually gonna start doing those things. If you know it or not, you're gonna start doing those things. So.
Yeah, even if you really don't want to, and then it's about the people you hang around too. If they listen to that music, then 9 times out of 10 you gonna listen. You're gonna start liking it, even if you didn't like it. You just gonna, you know, you're gonna say whatever, and then just listen to it.
Another thing is, people are big followers. People don't realize that they are followers. They are huge followers. Like, you might not, I've been a follower, everybody been a follower before, you know what I'm saying? You might not want to do something, but just because everybody else doing it, you're gonna do it. Just because everybody else listening to it, you're gonna do it. And that's you have to gain confidence to be your own person in the midst of people that everybody's doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So It's not gonna come easy. Like, we just didn't walk out the house looking like this. No, it came with knowledge, and knowledge is power. So you got that power, you're gonna get that confidence to do it. Period.
Love yourself and adopt your culture. Learn about your culture. Learn about who you are.
We are God. This is, and respect yourself. Never settle for less. Hold your head up high. Take that weave out your head. For real. Just embrace yourself. Embrace your people. Embrace it all.
You know, I would say, like my sister said, just like Hannah Bab said, don't settle, satisfy. Satisfy yourself. Don't settle for anything. Like a man, don't settle for a man, don't settle for a job, don't settle for none of that, because in the end you're gonna be the one left with the long face. You know, like every woman I know doesn't have as much confidence as every other woman. You know, but if you learn about yourself, then you can get confidence from that. Everybody get confidence, and Hannah Bab teaches us that when we learn more about ourselves, that's how we gain our confidence, our strength as women, because women, we always been at the bottom, especially black women. We always been at the bottom, getting treated wrong, getting treated bad. Why? Why are we getting treated bad? You know, we give birth. So basically, you don't have to be a doormat to a man. I don't care if you're your baby daddy, I don't care who he is. You don't have to be a doormat to a man. You can be better than that, you can be stronger than that. Learn, just like my sister said, learn about your culture, learn about yourself. Even if you don't want to adapt a religion or whatever, just learn about yourself, period. And then you can gain that confidence to be a better person, and try to be around positive people, positive messages, positive everything, because you can become a better person like that. But if you hanging around people that you know no good for you, it's just no good gonna keep coming from it, period. You're gonna keep falling into the same trap of being a follower. And if you are different, don't let people dim your light. Don't let people dim your light like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, girl. Don't do that, because people do that a lot to people. Or you weird. Right, you weird. When somebody want to be different, they say you weird. I can't do that.
You want to be? It's like that I'm living in, nobody giving, so you know I gotta get it in. So you know I'm on grind mode, in my prime mode, and it's my time to shine mode. Yeah, and it's fine mode, prime mode, with a hit you state of mind mode. That's it.
Okay. That's what's up.
Oh, and one more thing. Stop hating other sisters.
Man, stop it.
Stop giving me that
for
look.
No reason. For no reason.
Stop. I would love you, sister. Stop giving me that look like, oh, she thinks she. Yes, I do. You should think the same thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't think that, I'm gonna let you know you fine. Period. So just stop hating, please, sister. Stop hating each other. Man, please. Just stop. Just love each other.
No, period. As soon as black girls see black girls, they just be like,
animosity.
Why is that?
I don't know.
It's the mind, like it's all about the physical. It's all about that physical, like, oh, she look better than me, I don't like her. And I swear, it's been instances where girls say, I don't like her. I don't even know you. Right. You don't even know my name. So why don't you? Because you think I'm prettier than you? No, everybody, just like kind of about Bass said, everybody was born beautiful, period. So everybody get their own way to look different. So don't hate me, and I'm not gonna hate you. I love you.
Every black woman has something that works. Black woman has something that works for her. You do not have to compare yourself to another black woman.
Yes.
You have to find that thing within you that's beautiful for you. Okay?
Not for a man, for you.
You look cute with your haircut, but I couldn't do that. My head too big. Don't try to compare yourself to me. Like she said, find something that works for you. I might look cute with my haircut. You know, whatever. I think I look cute with my hair. I like to braid my hair, curl my hair, whatever. But you know, she chose to cut her hair off. That don't mean you gotta do it.
Right.
Just find something that works for you, like my sister said.
Just naturally. Stop trying to be somebody else. It's not gonna work for you, baby. And stop trying to be a Caucasian.
We get over that. That's the first step to us loving each other and sisters and unity and unifying amongst black women. That's the first step. We gotta stop
We need that bad.
comparing ourselves.
Stop trying to fight over men.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a whole new deal.
That's another conversation.